I'm here in support. Simple. I'm here in support of the BART workers and their demand for a contract that pays some living wages, and not to drive down their wages. But I'm here solely in support of them, and they're vital to this community. They're vital to the whole idea of public transportation, and which you need desperately in this area. And certainly they deserve the pay raise that they demand and the rights that they demand. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, you've been traveling around the country to many labor issues, auto workers, all kinds of workers organizing around the country. What is the situation for labor in this country?
Well, it's bad for workers. You know, it's bad for workers for a while. I mean, real wages for the average American worker has been stagnant for almost 40 years. You know, so it's been bad. You know, and certainly I've had the opportunity to work with workers in Canton, Mississippi, auto workers for Nissan, a transnational corporation, a foreign corporation which comes in here and feels that it can treat its workers any way that they want. It's like a plantation, you know, while they deal with unions in South Africa and Brazil and Australia and other places in the world. They won't allow these workers to form a union.
They want slave labor.
They want slave labor, you know. So this is one of the things that I think it's very important, because when we talk about the issue of workers now, they're not certainly national issues. They're the issues that are global. And certainly in our work that we have to be cut out is to make sure that we build solidarity around unions. You know, South Africa is an unusual place because unions played a large role in the horrific system of apartheid. Brazil also is unusual in the fact the union, the Workers' Party, is just that, the Workers' Party. And the president, former president, formed the union, was the founder of a union. So there's these unique situations, and we've been able to build that kind of solidarity with workers here. The simple question is that how are you going to, as a transnational organization, a foreign company, how are you going to deal with unions around the world and not deal with unions right here, you know, and allowing them to form unions, you know? And that's happening because GM, Ford, and all the other American car makers are paying attention to what happens in this fight right now. And if they feel that they can get away with hiring, with not dealing with unions, they'll do the same thing.
And Bay Area has been a bastion of organized labor. There was a general strike here in 1934 of the ILW. You think we're moving closer to that situation? Well, it seems like they're pushing people a lot.
Well, you know, it was a great, you know, you had one of the great labor leaders in American history, Harry Bridges, man, in 1934, and it was the first real victory and only real victory that labor got. And they got out here. They had to call the army out. They had to call the National Guard out. They had to call everybody out here.